Hi, I just wanted to talk about a pattern that I've noticed going on at the moment is that the stories we tell are what keeps happening over and over and over again. So I've kind of thought of this for a while now, but it really hit me because I'm always darting in and out different theories and I'm really trying to understand and work out the dynamic. So I've noticed a massive connection with the story we tell and the story we're experiencing. So I had someone come to me about their connection, and she expressed exactly what she thought her connection felt about her, expressed her truth, and got back a message that was almost verbatim what she had said she thought her twin flame was thinking. Now, there's two ways of looking at this. We all can read very well and we all can predict the future, or we're all creating. I know in my situation as well, I tell the story of what's happening and I keep it alive. There is also stuff to do with templates that were created before we were really conscious, or even in past lives or ancestral. That's also playing a part sorry, in this. But we need to break these templates, and you do it by releasing fear, because a lot of the time, even if we start to get what we want, we'll panic, and panic can then take the form of chasing or running rather than just being still and in balance and just allowing this thing to come in. So, but then I just really felt it important to look at how we tell our story, because we're going around there repeating powerfully to the universe in words, in actions. We go and tell our friends, or we go and speak it on a forum, or I don't know, however people talk about what's going on with their connection and their situation. It's almost like you're reaffirming it over and over and over again. And you're almost like hammering it in deeper, like, oh, I think he feels it, but he's with somebody else. I think he feels it, but he won't step up for more. He doesn't want a relationship. He doesn't want this. Like, you're kind of constantly telling yourself and even affirming it into words of what you don't want. And I get it, because you're just talking about what you're experiencing, what's going on, but you're kind of energetically keeping it alive. So I do think it's super important to try and focus not on what's happening, but what you want to happen. Because if you keep focusing on what you don't want and what is happening, you just keep creating that over and over again. Now, there's a lot more to it than that as well. Obviously, there's certain fears and blocks and resistance that need to be worked through and need to be healed. But I do think I've noticed with every single person who tells a story of what's going on, it happens. See it over and over and over again. This is what my twin's like, this is what my connection's like, and then guess what? They do. They just fulfill the prophecy. So I think I just want to bring that people's attention to that, and that maybe there's a way that you can tell your story in a different way. Just be aware that every time you tell your story and put that outcome or that current situation into words, you're giving it power. Oh, she always blocks me. I think she loves me, but she always blocks me. She's crazy. She's never going to do this. You're putting that out into words, and then it just happens. So just be really conscious of that. I've been really thinking about how this situation is really kind of a hologram experience. We're just projecting our consciousness into creating our environment. I really am starting to believe this more and more and more. Your twin flame, if you've connected, is you. They're literally showing you what you're doing, where you're at. And I really am starting to go with the belief that we're projecting our consciousness and creating our environment. So if we're creating one of duality, where there's no union, it means we have duality within, and that needs to be broken down. So I'm not just saying you can tell a different story and things will change tomorrow, because there's a lot of duality that needs to be broken down within. But telling a story that you don't want isn't helping when it's over and over again. I don't know how many of you do this, but there's maybe people that go and write on forums, look in forums, go in Facebook groups, have psychics, coaching. Now, all of this, the coaching is important, but just be aware of how many times you're telling your situation as it is in a way that you don't want it to be. That's all I'm saying. How many times a day are you putting out there and creating this story? Sorry. And that's what I wanted to bring awareness to. And I am starting to step into this, like I said, that we are just projecting our consciousness and creating the world around us, which I think people have been saying for a long time, but I'm going even more into this at the moment, and that's where I'm really exploring. I think what we do is we give away so much of our power. We're so powerful, we're creators, we're gods. That's why we're aligning with our higher selves, and we no longer need to access something else because we are gods. We all are powerful creators and gods, and we're giving all of our power away by thinking that we're victims and we can't change anything. So I really wanted to bring awareness to that the more we believe in our power, and this is why boundaries are super good. It's not the boundary per se, but when you put a boundary down to keep yourself happy, you're basically acknowledging your power and what you deserve and your creation. So it just helps your energy in a huge way, because if you notice, every time you put some kind of boundary to look out for yourself, you feel so much more powerful for doing it. And that's what's super important, is that feeling. So everything we feel and we are and we say, this is what we're going to experience. So just this video is just about being a little bit aware of that before we go telling a story over and over again that we don't want to experience. And that was all this video was about. So yeah, just look at that and see if that serves you.